Hey friends, good morning. Today is 27th of December 2020 and we are yet in between the Christmas celebrations. Well, today in my series of random talks, in continuation to our discussion on serial data transmission, we shall discuss on the electrical and logical specifications of RS-232 and RS-422 standards. As we are aware, survey sensors for data transmission predominantly use RS-232 serial interface standard that was initially developed for interfacing computing devices with modems. Hence, the RS-232 standard specify a male connector for the data terminals or the DTE and female connectors for the communication units or the data communication equipments DCE that mate pin to pin. Electrically, RS-232 signals are bipolar. Hence, a reference to a common ground transmitting signals can be between plus minus 3 to plus minus 25 volts. Though we are aware that most survey equipments employ only 5 volts. Now, after RS-232 electrical specifications, let's discuss its logical levels. As the signal is ground reference, so it is an unbalanced signal transmission. Our RS-232 data is inverted. The signal swings positive and negative. But in an overall translation, the receiver restores the data in its original polarity. Typically, the RS-232 transmission seldom exceeds 100 feet, basically for two reasons. First, the difference between the usual transmission level of plus minus 5 volt and the receive levels, which cannot go below plus minus 3 volt, allow only a 2 volt of common mode rejection. Secondly, the distributed capacitance of longer cable can degrade the slew rates by exceeding the maximum specified load of 2500 PF. To put it in perspective, the slew rate is set to reduce the chance of crosstalk, but it also reduces the transmission length of the medium. Also note that the transmission distance is inversely proportional to the baud rate. So higher the baud rate, lesser the transmission distance. Because RS-232 is specified for single load of 3 kilo ohms to about 7 kilo ohms. So they cannot be used for multi-drop interface, which basically means that they cannot have more than one receiver or more than one transmitter. But as we know in survey, we make bicables to send the data to more than one receiver. But in this case, we cannot then send control signals to our sensors. So if in a survey spread a multi-drop interface is required, a daisy chain scheme has to be implemented. In survey, it usually means converting the RS-232 into RS-422.